Hi guys. So it's been a while since I did a chat, but here goes. You guys, this is Indy by the way, for those that don't know. He is my emery sculpt from Ross Bailey. But anyway, I wanted to come and talk to you guys about something. Try to get him in a position where you guys can look at him. Anyway, so when I come on and I do my videos and I share my babies and I talk with you about my babies, I do it because I enjoy sharing my babies. It is one of the fun parts about collecting and being in this community. I also do it because I like people to know the type of experience that I've gotten, and just in case they're thinking about, getting the same baby or using the same artist, they'll kind of have an idea. And my experience with Roz Bailey has been nothing but pleasant. Um, she is more on the newer side than the most experienced artists, but I think that her knowledge base of the silicones are very good because the quality of our babies are nice. And Indy is like very cuddly. He looks very realistic in person. His hair was rooted nicely. He didn't have big holes in his head or anything. And I know every artist is going to make a bad baby. So, and I think that we have the right to address our concerns. And I think that it is helpful to share our experiences with the community. However, I think there should be some type of protocol as into how we do it, as far as when it comes down to me, how I do it. If I have a concern with the baby, I first will address the artist directly and give them an opportunity to make good on it. If they don't make good, then I will assume that this is the way that they do business, and then I feel like I should let you guys know that this is the way these people operate. Now, with my reborns, I've learned a lot by dealing with different artists, and um, of course, my expectations is very, very high for my reborns. And I mean, I have had a very, very bad experience with a very well-known artist, very high-priced artist, and I still have yet to really, really put them on blast about it. And they were absolutely nasty, and I don't recommend them to anyone, but they're still doing business, and I just rather not, because it's old news now. But um, some of my closer friends in the community know who they are and know about that experience, and you know, so anyway. But um, my point is that when I come and do a video about my babies, I don't come to promote or bash artists. I come to share my experiences and my babies with you guys because um, that's what I like doing. So, some people want to, you know, think that I get some kind of special treatment from different artists or something, and that is not the case. I am just one of those hands-on people, and when I'm getting my babies made, I am very specific about my wants and my expectations in the baby that I'm going to get. And I don't know if that makes my experience better, And that's why artists will tend to uh, take their time with my babies, or if that's just the way they do it. But I can only tell you about my babies. And I can tell you so far, my experience with Roz Bailey has been absolutely wonderful. Her customer service is definitely to be recommended to people, because with silicone artists, I have found they can be some of the most arrogant and rudest and artists out there. I don't know why, but most of them, they don't respond, or they take forever to respond, or they're very short and they expect you to just ask one question: how much it costs, what's your PayPal, and send the money without asking the tons of questions. If you want me to spend $3,000 and $4,000 for a doll from you, then I have the right to ask several questions before I make the purchase, because I don't want to get it and later wish that I had asked those questions. So that's, for me, is what separates Roz from a lot of the silicone artists, and that's why I continue to go back to her each time, and the prices match her work, to me. And because she doesn't machine pour her, she does everything herself. And a lot of the top artists send their babies off to D3 Creations and have them poured and all that great stuff. And with Roz Bailey, she does her sculpting and everything, her molds, her pouring, everything herself. So you can expect some flaws. But for me, with him, with my silicone babies from her, their silicone is smooth, it's not rough, um, it's not peeling, it's not lumpy. Um, for me, what I call flaws, well, sometimes if it's something that I would have preferred a different way, I may consider that a flaw, but not necessarily really a flaw. Um, but for me, experience goes a long ways, because I hate to spend money on a baby and feel like I've been cheated, or have a very, very bad experience, because to me, it affects the way I bond with the baby. If I get a baby and had just such a horrible experience along the way, for some reason I don't take to that baby as well after that. So that is my thing. Like the my India, that was the Emma sculpt, was a $600 and something dollar full body silicone. Now, if I was to try to go on eBay and find a $650 baby on eBay, full body silicone, custom done, I would probably come up short, or I would come back with something that's the silicone is see-through and have lots of seams, and um, probably not so great. That wasn't one of her best sculpts, but I absolutely love the Emma sculpt body, and I think it was very well worth it. My India sculpt, my India baby, was adopted by a close friend in the community, which I think she loves her as much as I did. So, and I wanted her to be able to experience a silicone, and so that is what we decided to do. And it wasn't nothing about the way she was done or anything, because um, actually she was rooted better than um, my. She's rooted better than my Indie, and my Indie is rooted nicely, but she just really India just had really, really nice rooting. Um, but as far as my experience, as far as her rooting and stuff goes, it's been fine. Not big holes, haven't been pluggy. Um, I don't know. I can't compare her to my reborns because um, Marlon is a master artist. She can root like no other. So I definitely can't compare to that because when she root, you don't see not a trace of a needle. I don't know how she does it. She must be rooting with the most smallest needle ever. But for me, I feel like I got my money's worth. Indy is a more expensive baby, and one of her last sculpts, her latest sculpt so far. I hear she's working on a new baby um, to replace the Emma, which should be a more realistic sculpt. And she'll tell you that it's not her the most. It's not the baby. The sculpt itself had flaws. It's not like a perfect sculpt, and that's why the price was so low. But the Emery sculpt is her latest baby, so of course he has a lot of better features, I think, um, too. And he's of course really, really big baby, but you're gonna pay for it. So um, yeah, so I think that's the thing. You're gonna get what I'm not gonna say necessarily you get what you pay for, so to speak, but in a way it is true. Um, for me, if I'm gonna spend $5,000 and $10,000 on a silicone, it better be freaking flawless. And because they're not, I choose not to go that route. So I kind of stay within the price range and get the best that I can get for that price range. Now my Kamari, which is the love of my life, I really, really love this little girl. Her sculpt is really, really cute. Really, really cute. Very, very newbornish. And she smells so good. um, she is rooted so wonderfully. I mean, I love. Now she's rooted like India was too, but that's the thing with Roz. Seems like she just get better and better and better and better and better each time because this one, I just love the way she is rooted. She must be using a really, really small needle because around the edges I can see like little tiny, maybe where I can see where she uses a needle, but it has to be something like a 43 gauge or something like that because it's real small like my reborns, like um, really, really not, you can't even really see, you can't see a hole but or anything too much, but you can see a little bit of a needle mark, I think, but not really. Um, in the rest of her hair, I don't see any marks. So I don't know. She did a very good job on rooting, but I don't know with my babies. Like people have came and made comments and said, well, mine is better than theirs, or people have PM me. Well, not people, but I've had one or two people say that. But for me, I just set my expectations with when I do business with an artist. I tell them what I want, and I go for it. And I and then I'm very direct when I'm dealing with my artists and stuff. And so therefore I think my results come out pretty good because I say what I want, and um, that way there's no guessing, and that I get what I want, and of course they're getting their money. So I think this one is really a great buy. I mean, if I look in the price range of $1,100 for silicone, full body silicone, custom done with high quality hair, she has Delta Dawn mohair. I think I would still pick her because number one, the customer service experience is just absolutely great. Two, it's very hard to find AA silicone babies, and especially this dark. And I think her color in person is super duper realistic, especially when I take her outside in the light. And I tried taking her out to take a picture, but maybe I'll try to see if I take her video, do a video outside, if I can capture her color more for you guys. But she has, as dark as she has modeling and blushing, and she even have a little veining a little bit on her leg. And so I don't know. I'm just really in love with her. So, but that's why I come on and I talk about my babies. It's just to share my experience and what I think of my babies, and not to promote anyone or bash anyone. It's just me being honest and sharing what I love about my babies, and that is that. And I definitely have a lot of respect for Roz Bailey, and I will buy from her in the future. Um, if I decide to get any other silicone babies, because her prices is great. She has a great layaway plan, and she's just very easy to work with, and her babies are the most cuddly babies ever. And she has a lot of features that I really love, and so in her baby. So um, yeah, I just I would recommend her to other people. Some people I won't recommend to people, but I would recommend Roz to other people. I just say, tell what you like. I'm not like I don't like the rooted lashes, and she knows that I don't like the rooted lashes. We tried it with Kamari, and they were okay, and they were wispy, very thin, but I didn't like them, so I took them out. So that's just me. And even with my other silicones from other people, I asked them not to put lashes. Even with Gabby, I asked for her not to get lashes, but the artist thought that she needed lashes, so she put lashes on anyway. And I still end up pulling them off because I didn't like the glue was kind of clumpy or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, so I it's always something we're not gonna like just 100%. But I don't think that it's fair to compare a Roz Bailey baby to a Claire Taylor baby because you ain't paying Claire Taylor money. So, and Claire Taylor is, and well, I don't know if Claire Taylor does it, but most of these big time artists, they send their babies off to D3 Creation or different people to pour for them. They don't even pour for themselves and stuff. So these babies are totally 100% handmade. Um, and I think she does an excellent job. So yeah, you can call it promoting if you like, but I don't consider it promoting. I'm just sharing my experience with you guys, and I don't expect people to go out and buy Roz Bailey. I watch people that have all kinds of silicones, and I enjoy their babies and their work, other artists' work as well, and I admire their work. I don't know about the prices, but yeah. So that is that, and I just thought I would come and share. And it had been a long time since I did a chatting video, but here it is. Um, and I've had Kamari. Kamari's will be a month and a few days that I've had her, and I'm still highly excited with her. And I think she is my favorite baby of the nursery at the time. And don't think that's going to change. Um, Baby Serenity is definitely still my favorite out of the silicones, but I mean the reborns, but Kamari is my favorite um, of them all in silicone thus far. So Kamari Nicole says goodbye because mommy got to get ready for work. Talk to you guys later.